how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found, was blind, but now I see. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, we have already come. 'Twas grace that brought us safe thus far, and grace will lead us all. I once was lost, but now I'm found, was blind, but now I see.
For our call to worship. It's inspired by Luke, chapter 19, verses 1 through 10. With the pressing crowds searching for healing and hope, we wish to see Jesus. With the pushed out and cast aside, with the lonely lost, stripped of pride, we wish to see Jesus. With those who seek mystery and meaning, wisdom and grace, we wish to see Jesus. Our prayer for this morning. Oh God, forgive us for those times when we stood around and watched Jesus touch others and offered negative reactions. At times, we have been self-centered, wanting the attention for ourselves. Because of our judgmental behavior, we have often blocked the meetings between Jesus and others like Zacharias. Help us to remember that it was we who are Zacchaeus, embarrassed by our spiritual height and trying to get the glimpse of Jesus among the many tall believers. Give us faith to hear you call, your calling, our name. Amen.
Hi everyone, welcome to church. Forgive our usual technical difficulties. Eric's first time on the board and he inherited all our usual problems. Also, I came in today and all the slides I had done were missing. I put everything back together on the fly. The fastest I've ever done this, ever. Very proud of myself. But it also means that some of the songs I chose, couldn't find them. Chose different songs. Thank you for bearing with me. But we're glad you're here. Please text the church, 608-406-3855. Text Connect to share your contact information, sign up newsletters, etc. Text Worship to register your presence. Place offerings in the baskets, etc. We're so glad you're here. We're going to do our offering first. So that way we're not, when our meal is done, we can just go. We're not worried about it at the end. So, Eden, do you want to help get the basket? Thank you. And where's Savannah? Do you want to help with the baskets again?
I want to help with the basket.
Okay. Zeke, you want to help with the basket? Yeah, right over there. Thanks, guys. Did everyone have while we're doing this, I'll do the welcome part. Did everyone have a great weekend? A great week? Yeah? Our spooky house was fantastic yesterday. Hundreds of kids came through. A big thanks to all the volunteers, everyone who put things together, everyone who worked the rooms. We're so glad it went together really well. On your tables are the Connect cards for the care team. If you need prayer, conversation, someone you know is sick or ill, please put your name, put your contact information, put it in the offering plate. There's a box on the table you can put it in. And then also, upcoming, Christmas Creations, our next big event, our Christmas Crafting Fair. It's really great. So thank you so much. I got things out of order, sorry guys. Sorry. Sorry guys, I had to redo all the slides today and I guess I was not as good as I thought. Oh wait, no, read, sorry. I'm all turned around. When things go wrong.
The Old Testament lesson this morning is from Habakkuk, chapter 1, verses 1 through 4, and chapter 2, verses 1 through 4. The oracle that the prophet Habakkuk saw. O Lord, how long shall I cry for help, and you will not listen? Or cry to you violence, and you will not save? Why do you make me see wrongdoing and look at trouble? Destruction and violence are before me. Strife and contention arise. So the law becomes slack, and justice never prevails. The wicked surround the righteous. Therefore, judgment comes forth perverted. I will stand at my watchpost and station myself on the rampart. I will keep watch to see what he will say to me and what he will answer concerning my complaint. Then the Lord answered me and said, write the vision, make it plain on tablets, so that a runner may read it. For there is still a vision for the appointed time. It speaks of the end and does not lie. If it seems to tarry, wait for it. It will surely come. It will not delay. Look at the proud. Their spirit is not right in them, but the righteous live by their faith.
That's you.
Okay. We're all ad living today, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, good, because I hit the jackpot on the scripture lesson today, and I have to start with a story from my childhood before I read
No,
it.
it's nice fun.
Everybody heard that, right? Yeah, good. Way back when I was a little kid going to Sunday school, this is probably before most of you were born. It was during the Kennedy administration, I think. And I went to Sunday school, and we had a Sunday school teacher, Mrs. Trier, I think it was her name, I still remember it. And we were taught a little song that goes with this passage. I wonder how many of you were taught the same song. It sort of went like this. Zacchaeus was a wee little man was he. You got it. He climbed up in a sycamore tree for the Lord he wanted to see. And I forgot the rest.
I don't remember the rest.
Come on, somebody, you guys call yourself Methodists? Come on. Anyway, I have the passage here that I have never seen before. This is from the early 1960s where I learned the song. This is the very first time I have seen the biblical phrasing of this. So I'm going to read that to you right now. Sorry for my bad singing. So here it is Luke 19, verses 1 through 10. He entered Jericho and was passing through it. A man was there named Zacchaeus. He was the chief tax collector and was rich. He was trying to see who Jesus was, but on account of the crowd, he could not because he was short in stature. So he ran ahead and climbed a sycamore tree to see him because he was going to pass that way. When Jesus came to the place, he looked up and said to him, Zacchaeus, hurry and come down, for I must stay at your house today. So he hurried down and was happy to welcome him. All who saw it began to grumble and said, "He has gone to be with the guest of one who is a sinner." Zacchaeus stood there and said to the Lord, "Look, half of my possessions, Lord, I will give to the poor, and if I have defrauded anyone of anything, I will pay back 4 times as much." Then Jesus said to him, "Today salvation has come to this house, because he too is the son of Abraham. For the Son of Man came to seek out and to save the lost." So that's the real reading. Enjoy.
Well, I'm going to bring up our guest speaker here in 1 second. We're going to eat while we hear our guest speaker. So I'm going to do a little reflection on Zacchaeus. We'll eat, and then while we're eating, you can start presenting. Will that be okay?
Perfect.
Luke's gospel is about the Jubilee here. I think I've mentioned this before. In the 4th chapter, he says, "Set the prisoners free, make the low places high, the high places low," and the declaring of the Lord's year. The Lord's year is from the old Jewish law, where all debts are wiped out, all indentured servants are set free. It was the resetting of the culture so everybody was equal. Luke's gospel, that is the main theme. That is the gospel message in Luke's gospel. Zacchaeus, as a tax collector who gives up his wealth to the poor, a person in repentance, a person who's entering into Jubilee, so he can be an equal with all people and not an agent of the Roman Empire. That's what repentance is in Luke. The move from injustice to justice, from inequality to equality. So again, as we're going through Luke in this part of the lectionary, and the lectionary is almost up for E or C, we're following along this Jubilee path. So it's something I think is awesome. I love always just reflecting on it in Luke because it's just really cool. So thank you, everybody. Let's do our prayer before eating. Be present at our table, Lord. Be here and everywhere adored. These mercies bless and grant that we may feast in fellowship with Thee. Amen. All right. All yours? Yeah, just grab our plates and...
Don't worry, I'm gonna go with the flow.
That's probably right.
So today I prepared some home-style southern potatoes fried with peppers and onions. And I also have an egg bake, which has turkey sausages, pork bacon, it has bell peppers, fresh green onions inside, and mild cheddar cheese. Then I made some homemade sticky ones as well, so please enjoy.
You're vegan.
And they're vegan as well.
I thought there was some coffee. Is there coffee down here?
Right, so I'll get started. So my name is Shmaya Curtis, and I'm one of the co-founders of Hope Restores. Hope Restores is Lacrosse's African American Resource Center. We've been working with Brunch Church, I think now for over a year and a half, right?
I think so.
Yeah. We love this partnership. We love the connection, the diversity, and just meeting new people every day. Just want to kind of give you guys a little information about Hope Restores. We've been around now for about 2.5 years. The reason we came into play is that we had our community needing some supports. One of the supports they needed was the Black community was feeling isolated. Black students were feeling like they had to go to school and fight for their education. And then we had our allies saying, hey, you guys, I know there's some issues going on. How can we help? And that's when we decided to open up an African American Resource Center. As we are an African American Resource Center, we serve everybody. We don't turn anybody away. Anybody's welcome to any of our services. We just want to make sure that people of color know that this is a safe place for them to go to. Every first Friday at 8:30 in the morning, we have something called Coffee with Hope Restores. We have many people in the community come together, have a great conversation, great laugh, share testimonies, and just have a really good time. Anybody is welcome. At that time, it's a good time to just connect and build relationships and knock down barriers. One thing at Hope Restores we focus on is knocking down the barrier. Knocking down the barrier for the community that feels like they need help with housing and transportation, childcare, and different things, mental health issues, or just helping people connect. A lot of our allies are just like, they love the fact that they're able to connect at Hope Restores. You know, like they have wondered about, one person said, I wondered about my Black neighbor. I wondered, how would I connect with them? And we just said it's just as simple as knocking on the door and saying hi, And so Hope Restores is a safe place where people can connect and get together. We have 19 different programs, and I'll just run through a few of them. One of them is a transportation program. A lot of people have a hard time getting from point A to point B because they don't have transportation. Our buses run a little funny on the weekends here, and taxis are very expensive. And so people have hard times getting the job interviews and stuff like that. So we transport people to grocery stores, job interviews, go look for housing, whatever. They just need to give us a 24-hour notice. We have something called drop-in childcare. We ask people, they can use 2 hours a day. They can come and bring their little ones while they go to a doctor's appointment, a therapy appointment, go look for a job, whatever they need to do. They can use 2 hours a day. We also have a pantry, and thanks to you guys are always donating to our pantry. We really, really love it. It supports us. It helps our community. There's many food pantries here in town, but toiletries are sometimes really hard to get your hands on. And so people have food share, but they don't have money to buy tissue or paper towel or napkins, sanitary napkins, or things like that. So thank you guys for keeping our food pantry stocked all the time. It really helps us a lot. We have 3 different support groups. We have our Women of Melanin, which is a women's group that gets together every Tuesday at 6 p.m. We talk about things like wellness, we talk about mental health, we talk about love and relationships and self-care. We remind mothers that they do a lot of hard work, but they have to show examples of self-care. So you can't take care of everybody else and not take care of yourself. We always remind mothers too is that we teach our kids how to cook, how to clean, how to tend to everything, tend to everybody, but we don't teach them how to take care of themselves because we don't sometimes take care of ourselves. So that's something to think about, is making sure you take care of yourself, and that's a great example to show youth for women and men. At our men's group, it's brothers that get together on Monday at 6 p.m. and they talk about the same things: trauma, relationships, life. We talk about childhood, talk about parenting, and it's just a nice time for women and men to get together separately and just have a conversation about life. Our support groups now have been going on for 2 years. People really, really enjoy them. It helps people who felt isolated connect. We have some youth programs as well. One of them is called Cycle Breakers. That's a youth program for young boys. For boys between the ages of 8 to 17. They meet on Tuesdays, they go on field trips, they do community work, and then they just have groups sometimes and they just talk about different topics. It's all about affirmations and love. And so we teach them to speak positive over themselves. One thing at Hope Restores, we really know that people feel beaten down sometimes. And unfortunately, we were raised with hearing more of what you don't do or what you need to do instead of congratulating people for you're beautiful, you're amazing, you're a great learner, you did a good job. And so something I tell everybody, if you weren't doing affirmations at home, please start them. Start with yourself in the morning, at night, in the morning. Look in that mirror and say 5 positive things to yourself. Give yourself a thumbs up that you woke up this morning. Give yourself a thumbs up that you brushed your teeth. Give yourself a thumbs up for the day before. Call yourself beautiful. Tell yourself you're smart. Remind yourself you're a creator. And just keep pumping yourself up, because it's really, really important that we love on ourselves. When we love on ourselves, we're more likely to be able to love on others as well. So that's something that we talk about in Hope Restores all the time. We also have some youth groups for girls as well. One is called the Little Women of Melanin. That's for girls between the age of 4 to 11. They get together, they go on little field trips, they do community work, they do little spas, little activities, and just, again, working on affirmations and self-love. And what else do they do? Lots of activities, right? And so then we also have another group called the Girls Group. These are for girls 11 to 18. That's ran by the Black Student Leaders, which is Mia and some other kids. The girls get together, they work on mindfulness, they work on affirmations. We all know that teenage girls needs lots of love, right? And so they do a lot of community events and volunteering and arts and crafts too. I'm trying to think. We have some financial literacy courses that we do at Hope Restores. We do some housing programs. It's all about bridging the gap and connecting the community with services that they need. We are connected with many different organizations in town. We take our clients there, we support our clients, make sure that they're getting the help that they need. I think I ran through most programs, but most likely I forgot a few of them. But anyways, you guys are always welcome to visit Hope Restores. The door is always open. People who have ideas or are interested in volunteering, come on down. Like if you know how to get somebody to come in and crochet, right? Teach them to crochet. If you know art or whatever, you like to sing. There's a group of people there that are willing and ready to learn. So if you want to come and share some of your passions with other people, you are more than welcome. Lacrosse is capable of being a community that's full of love and equality for every single last one of us. And at this time, we all have a say-so and play a part in that. So in order for that to happen, we have to turn around and speak positive over everybody. And I just say it's all about loving, right? Like, we have to learn to love each other in a way that we are no longer blocking other people from getting opportunities. And so here in Lacrosse, if you're wondering what you can do to be a part of this connection and this love and this fight for equality, it's as simple as, you know, coming to Hope Restores, coming to visit us, meeting people there. As simple as just treating your neighbors kind, making sure when you are dealing with people, you deal with them out of the lens of love, right? Because we all have that lens. That means that we don't judge and we're not fearful, you know, because we trust in the Lord that He is going to provide for us. Because to me, racism comes from the fear of not having enough, right? And so when you use that lens of love, you can learn to love each and every person that He's created on this earth. And so if you guys are ever looking for ways to help or support, come down to Hope Restores and I give you guys some ideas and we work together. Like I said, Coffee with Hope Restores is every first Friday of the month. Stop on in. I think I covered everything. But if any questions later on, you guys can let me know. They said a question, right?
If you want to pose a question so that we can talk at our table.
Okay. Today I was like, wow, like everything you guys are talking about today went along with like trusting, right? Trusting the Lord and knowing that He's going to provide for us, right? And I always remember the message that I got is that I only have one job on this earth, and it's to love, right? And so it wound up really helping me. So that means that
I'm gonna mess up in a lot of different ways, but my love for other human beings can always stay the same. Because all I have to do is love them, right? I don't have to judge them. They don't have to do what I want them to do. They don't have to be who I want them to be. I just have to love them. And so that's something that I do on a daily basis, is just making sure that I'm loving everybody unconditionally, because that's the only thing that I have to do while I'm here. That's my main thing, right? There's more, but that's my main thing. And so my question for this group would be, how do you guys feel that you're supposed to love other human beings on this earth? Like, because my love is the type that there's no judgment to it. And so what I'm learning now as we get older, is that everybody loves differently. And so I guess the question would be is, how do you guys love in the Lord's way?
Let's talk amongst ourselves. Our next slide. Time for the sending. So we'll next